Welcome to the sixth episode of Fantasy Fabulous. I'm your host, Drew, and we're gonna talk about fantasy today. I'm sorry if these episodes are getting too long. I'm trying to cut it down. I'm having a lot of trouble, and it's not gonna help that now we're talking about basketball too. Yes, I know. Happy basketball season to all you basketball fans out there. Hope you really enjoy this episode because we're going to be talking about basketball for the first time this season. Now, first of all, we talk about my fantasy leagues and how I did. I won in my Drewville league, and it was sad. Well, not sad. It was actually a very happy week for me, but I did trade away my first round pick for Doug Baldwin straight up. I know what you're thinking. Drew, you actually don't deserve to do a fantasy show if you're doing that. And you're probably right. Most likely, if you're trading Doug Baldwin for DeAndre Hopkins, who's my first round pick, straight up, that's going to be a bad deal for you. But the reasoning behind it is this was to my friend who recently broke his arm. And I felt really bad. So I said, I'll give you whoever you want for whatever you want. And he said, I need a receiver. I was like, okay, DeAndre Hopkins. Sure. Here's where I got lucky. He could have very well said the worst player on my team. He went through, but instead of that, he went through his receivers. He was like, oh, so I have Michael Thomas, but if I give away if I'm getting DeAndre Hopkins, there's no point in giving away Michael Thomas, because then I'm not even getting better. Then he lists Golden Tate. Then he says Doug Baldwin. And I'm like, Doug Baldwin, why not? I don't think he's starting for you. That would be great. I can use Doug Baldwin. And so there it was. And that was actually very helpful for me. And I did win. Moved to 4-3. I'm in 4th place. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I am so sorry that I did not have an episode last week. I had a flag football game and I was not able to go live. But I hope you are tuning in again because I really enjoy doing this series. And by the way, if you're wondering, I lost last week. I was expected to win by like 50 points against the best team in the league, and I choked. And it was sad. But here we are. I'm 4-3. 4th place, and who am I playing? I'm not playing a very good team either. I'm playing the 7 seed, but they don't really check, so I should win. Now, let's get to NSR. This is what you all actually care about. I won again. I beat Papi Chulo, who moves to 3-3. Max is going to be pissed about this one. The undefeateds lose to Super Hot Fire. The Reggie Bar catches a dub. Of course, the Scrub Club lost. Well, that's actually how the Reggie Bar won. So the Reggie Bar didn't really win. People at home lost to Young Pootie P. So I'm sorry for you guys. Somebody shoot me a comment, and I'll get you into this league. You can take it over from me. You're currently 3-3, which is sad. You're in 6th place, just out of the playoff picture. I'm not sure if the playoff picture is 4. Playoff picture is 4. I might make it 6. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to make it 6, actually. Because the 6 seed, yeah. I think I'm going to make it 6. But, yeah, that's very, very nice. So, that's how the league is looking. And then Taylor's team beat Anthony's team. So, 2 generic teams who haven't checked yet played, and Taylor's team won. That's not that big of a deal, though. Let's get to, I'll do basketball at the end. Actually, I might not be able to do basketball because somehow I got locked out of basketball. But you don't need to hear about that. You don't really care. So, let's talk about who got to be picked up in Drewville football. The guy I'm picking up is Jalen Richard, as many of you know. And if you don't, you're learning. Congratulations. Isn't learning great? Jalen Richard, what's his name? Marshawn Lynch is injured, which makes Jalen Richard the starter. Yeah. Well, Jalen Richard is now splitting snaps, I think. I think he's splitting snaps with Doug Baldwin, or Doug Martin. So he's a great pickup. That's who I picked up. Now, who is I gonna drop? I is about to drop. Who is about to get dropped? Other than, okay, I'm just gonna let you know now that I think that anybody that is injured should automatically be dropped unless you have one of those leagues where you space for injured people, which I really like doing, but apparently nobody else does. I guess I'm the only one, whatever. None of my business. Nobody really cares about what I have to say. But, yeah, so that's I think you should just drop them. I don't get why you're chasing a fantasy that you don't have. Get it? We're on Fantasy Fabulous, chasing a fantasy. I thought that was a great joke. Well, anyways, you don't need to hear my bad jokes. But, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, who are you gonna drop? You're gonna drop Kuti. I don't know who this guy is. Keke Coutee. You probably know who he is. So here's the thing about the kid Coutee. He's gonna get dropped. I think he got to go. And the reason this man says got to go is because Keke Coutee is not that important on a team where they're not a running football team, but they're not a passing football team either. So it's hard to try to rely on having a third receiver if it's not a passing football team. So that's the thinking. The trade to improve your team that you needs to make. Who do you need to make to trade? You're trying to, if you have somebody that you think is overvalued, his name is Dalvin Cook, because Dalvin Cook, not only is he now not really the starter, he's injured, but even when he comes back, he's not going to be the complete starter after what we've seen out of Mr. What's his name? I'm blanking. Latavius Murray. He's a former Raider. I'm a booty hole for not remembering his name. But yeah, out of Latavius Murray, don't tell me I lost my train of thought. Oh, he's not going to play as much. It's that simple. So, you should not be relying on him, like I said with the other guys. But other people might say, oh, premier running back I can trust, give me that cheese. But because you're listening to me, you'll be like, have that cheese. Take the L on my forehead. So, yeah, if you're trying to get better, though, there's this man named Nick Chubb. Might have heard about him. He is officially a legend. Pick him up, get him on the squad. Squad up. So, yeah, that's what you gotta do. That's what it's about. But yeah, you gotta get him. I haven't picked him up. My dad dropped him in week 3 because he was projected 2 fantasy points every single week, and he was not worth having on your fantasy team. But now that not only is he projected like way more fantasy points, but they also literally announced he's gonna be the starter. Why is he not on your team is the question. Like, that's the question y'all needs to be asking. Like, why is he not on your team yet? Now, I gotta go quickly so we can get to basketball. NSR. Who's gonna get picked up? 1 second. Here we go. NSR, pick up. I'm gonna say, other than Doug Martin and Jalen Richard, I'm gonna say Kamai Fairbairn. That's a Houston kicker. If I didn't say that right, I'm sorry. But Houston kicker. This guy's been playing really well. If you need a kicker, I'm just saying, Kenjon Barner. We don't know about the current state of what's his name, the running back boy. I don't remember his name. Sony Michel. We don't know what's happening with him. So, just get Kenjon Barner. He's who they seem to be giving the ball to a fair amount. And let's see. If you need to drop somebody, then I think there's only one way to be looking, and that is Adam Vinatieri, because this dumb little... You know what? Never mind. He's a... I don't know. He's really bothering me, though. He missed not one, not two. Actually, it was 2 extra points. He missed 2 extra points in one game. Oh, but that's what I was going to say. There was a third time where they had to go for 2 to get back to the by 7s because he missed. So, like, this man, best to be dropped in your league. Oh, the guy I might trade in this league is David Johnson, because I don't think, especially in a league like this, there's any one guy that's that much better than anybody else with running backs, because I ruined the scoring. So there's no point if you're trying to. You can trade down for a guy like David Johnson, and maybe get Let's see, what's a good example? I don't know. There's not really any good examples. Maybe a Matt Breida, but not quite. Adrian Peterson, I guess. Like, a guy that's clearly not a first overall pick, but if you look at it, it's gonna get you enough, especially when you get something else back. Now, the guy that you should try to get if you're trying to improve your team is Emmanuel Sanders. Did you see Thursday Night Football? Man, shoot, you better have that guy on your team. Emmanuel Sanders better be picked up in all y'all leagues. Okay, now, let's get to fantasy basketball. First time I've done that, huh? How about that, huh? Alright, so my team is 0-1. It's sad. I've got Jamal Murray, Oli, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, Aldridge, Clarkson, Ayton, Howard, Evans, Schroeder, Rozier, Markkanen, and Randolph. That's my team. That's my team right there. So, well, it's not looking fantastic yet, but that's what teams are about. You've got to be able to get better, as the year goes on. That's what it's about. So, it's gonna be interesting. We'll see how it goes, but, yeah, there's not much to it. And then I have a league with my brother. That's literally just us. We each have 2 teams, and our goal is to make one team as stacked as possible. We each try to get one team as stacked as possible, and see if we can, like, who wins, who can make the most stacked of teams. That's the whole goal. It's pretty fun. I like it. Cause I like it. I like dollars. I like diamond. I like stunning. I like shining. I like $1 million deals. Alright, so this was a pretty in-depth fantasy basketball thing. But you know what? You know what? You know why? Cause I haven't told you who y'all needs to pick up, who y'all needs to drop, who y'all needs to do things with like that. So, fantasy basketball, if you need a player, I think people should drop this guy named Isaiah Thomas because he's freaking 5'8" and he beat my Warriors, but mostly just because I don't feel like he's gonna. I haven't followed basketball much, so I don't know if he's played well or not. But if he has, I don't think he's gonna be consistent enough. And if he hasn't, I just don't see him playing very well. I don't see him fitting in with the team like that. They have shooters on deck and they have a big man, and I don't see where the 5'8" nothing doer fits into that. So, yeah, I mean, that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Okay, I'm sorry. But, yeah, so, that's good. Then, the guy that I believe you should try to pick up, the guy that's worth picking up is, now I'll remind you, I have not seen anything, but Josh Hart seems like a guy who would be a really helpful player on a lot of teams because he's going to get fed by Rondo, and Bron, who I think are all established passers in this league and get triple doubles. They can all share the rock. I think they're three guys that you can really rely on to get Josh Hart his fair share of touches. Now, then again, I don't think Josh Hart is fantasy basketball level because there's so few teams, but I would like, if you need a player to pick up, especially a guard, look at Josh Hart. He's a great guy you could put in your lineup. Now, one person I think should get traded. Sorry, it's loading. It's broken. It's broken! I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. One person that I think should get traded is this guy named Damian Lillard, because I think his team has got off to a really good start, but I don't think there's any way that their team stays at the pace they're playing at. And because of that, I think that while the market's hot, you can get more for him than he's worth. Maybe get another guy around his level. The person I think you should try to bring in is Devin Booker, because Devin Booker's team is not very good, and that means you're trying to develop people, and he's going to get a lot of touches while doing that. And so I think that he's a great pickup for your team. So that's me though. That's just me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I hope you like the length. It's a lot shorter than it usually is. Hope you're not too upset that I didn't have music. I'm sorry, my Spotify's broken. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, so I'll catch you later. Hope you have a good time. Hope you enjoyed this. As always, leave a comment on what you want to see. And goodbye.